Hey guys, Go25
and R9234.
Episode 101 in Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Ranger Zero, the Zero Cannon, aka the Ohre Bazooka from Rangers. Alright, so now we have, of course, the Zero Cannon. This is actually the second cannon we've actually gotten in Power Ranger series. It actually is a reminiscence to the original Power Cannon from Power Ranger Season 2.
Minus the dragon head.
We have all 5 symbols of the Zero Rangers, and of course the nice little chrome details on it. Even the stickers are really nice. Mainly much what it does is just is a bazooka. You can't really do much with it. So what you do is you just pull it back. All the cells have the logo of all the Zero Rangers, so there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
The correct order to put the cells in is from pink all the way to red in the end. It follows the exact order.
They follow the exact order. Pink will go first, then yellow, then blue, then green, then red. Sad part is this is not automatic, it's manual. You have to do actually this.
And unfortunately it doesn't have any lights inside the barrels, it's just only the one light in the front over here.
So that's the only difference, but overall it's just like a nice little cannon to have fun with. There's one default with the Zero Cannon is that when you put the crystals in, they have to be in a specific formation. You can't just automatically think, oh, it's 1, 2, and you can just do it.
Because they have to be twisted in. If you don't twist them in correctly, they'll be slanted,
they'll
and
be
you
like
can
this.
Easily knock them out and they'll be stuck inside the barrel.
Alright, so there is no on and off switch, sadly, but the battery pack is right here. Well, so what you do is you just press the button.
That's its standard firing mode.
And then when you put it back, now what's also interesting is that the light's inside, so every time you activate the cannon,
each cells actually do glow.
It's really nice to see, and the cells are clear, so it's better than having them as dark. It was really decent size. I mean, I wish that the handle was a bit further back because the Zero Cannon is of course bigger in the show. It's a nice display piece, but the only bad part is that I wish they included a stand also, because you can't really stand the Zero Cannon by itself. So also inside the Zero Cannon, besides just the crystals and the gun, you actually get a holder for the crystals so you don't lose them. This
is actually part of the expansion set for the Zeo laser pistol where you get the belt and stuff. You can attach it to that too.
And funny thing is you can attach it to the belt any side you want. It's 2 of them.
You can attach it to you if you really want to wear it as a display piece, or if
really
you're cosplaying, for example.
It's really nice to have this and actually store the crystals so you won't be losing anything or anything like that. But you know, it's something decent because most role-playing weapons,
they don't come with the accessories.
They don't have accessories to hold things like the s.p.d arms. Most of them don't. You only have like 1 or 2 of them. You can't fit all of them in. In Gokaigers, the Gokai Galleon Buster resembles the Ohre Bazooka, and that was a great power in Rangers. What they did, instead of having 1 cannon, is 2 cannons, and the keys were the crystals.
Yeah,
but the only bad part is that they didn't follow the order of Rangers. The only one they kept following was yellow and red. Blue and yellow, Joe and Luca's key was on the other side, then on this side would be Doc and I'm, and then on the back would be Marvelous. Alteration-wise for the Zero Cannon and the Ohre Bazooka, most of it was kept. We kept
all the chrome,
which is really nice.
They kept the spinning thing, the sound effects are the same, but the one thing they changed was the power cells.
The power cells in our American version were all colored to the Ranger color. Pink, yellow, blue, green, and red.
It was not the silver chrome at all. They removed it and it was one solid piece. In the Japanese one, you actually had to assemble these things. The red top part had to be put onto the silver chrome part.
The box for the Ohre Bazooka is really one of those things where
that doesn't make any sense. Basically, what we got is the entire front, as you can see over here. But if you look in the back, there is no back. Now you may think that there's a missing back. No, this is actually how it was originally packaged. They had no back to it.
You can get any one you want. It doesn't really matter to me because they're both the same. But I will say that the downside is the crystal formation of how you have to put it in a specific order, and the fact that
you can easily get them stuck inside the barrel.
That's also another problem. And the issue is that I also don't like is there's not much you can do with it. If you did more with it, then I would agree. But
like if you can combine it with the Zeo laser pistol, similar to how the Ranger Bazooka could do that.
Or actually at least have more sounds besides just 2 generic sounds and maybe some more lights and sound. But you can get it, but I would suggest you get the American version because the box is much better than the Japanese one. But if you care about the crystals, then you're gonna have to get the Japanese one. But it's gonna be pretty hard to find because Ohre Bazooka wasn't really that popular in Japan also. But yeah, that's it for our review of the Zeo Canon. Join us next week for the Power Rangers Time Force, the Vortex Blaster. Make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next week. The only defect about the Zeo Canon is that it was not widely used in the show, sadly. And for some reason, even in Japan, they didn't really use the Zeo Canon much. So it's kind of like one of those weapons that they had.
Like the turbine laser, it was hardly ever used.
It's like one of those weapons that they rarely use. And it's like also in Deca Rangers, we rarely saw the Murphy being used after episode 5. And then also some of their arm sets weren't really used either after they got the swap mode. So
and King Ranger never had a power cell to go into the cannon at all. So luckily enough, at least for Gokaijers, we had actually silver support.
The American box art used the Japanese crystals, which is really odd.
Yeah, for some reason, if you look at the back of the box art, we see the original Japanese crystals instead of the American one. I never liked it because it's, it's incorrect advertisement.
It is, because in the show, you actually see them have the silver holding, and the top would be the color of the Rangers. So the good thing is that the American version did was it actually had a
complete
box. The Japanese one didn't. Now the funny thing is that we actually used this in Power Rangers Turbo, which with the Turbo RAM, it was like this. But instead it was not clear. It was a solid back. It was a solid front. You can't see anything, and the back was just styrofoam.